What's up everybody, Bluegabe here. We're off the coast of St. Augustine, catching giant red snapper. $8:30 in the morning, ain't been fishing 5 minutes, already caught a couple beeliners, and now we hopefully got a big red snapper on. What do you got?
I don't know.
Y'all, let me tell you about the fishing out here. We've been here 30 minutes and we already have more fish than a lot of people could ever expect to catch in a whole entire day. It's like one after another after another. That's a big beeliner.
Oh yeah, that's a good one there. Hey.
Paul, you look pretty serious back there.
I'm trying to get bit. It ain't happening yet.
He let Bluegabe roll up and catch the first big one.
We'll see you at the end of the day.
This dude in the blue boat, he obviously forgot that, you know, what that word respect means.
Or how big the ocean is.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he got him. Look at this dude. Us and that gray boat are only 60 yards apart. Look at homeboy here in the blue boat.
Homeboy don't care.
I mean, y'all can come fish with us if you want.
Come on, right? You got beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Quit.
All right, that's a question for y'all. What's your favorite type of snapper? Mangrove, mutton, yellowtail, beeliners, vermillion. Beeliners are vermillion in case y'all don't know what we're talking about. Lane snapper. I guess there's other snappers around the world that y'all might know that I don't. What's your favorite type of snapper to eat? I'm rooting for Mr. Holland. Back what I was saying earlier, one of my favorite episodes of Deer Meat for Dinner is when he caught that triggerfish and did the triggerfish catch, clean, and cook with Pico from Rhoda. That meal where he wrapped it in the aluminum foil and put the mayonnaise and kimchi sauce and other seasonings in there, it literally was life-changing, like not even exaggerating. And the thing is triggerfish stink. Don't y'all think they stink when you catch them?
Odor.
They got a horribly weird odor, but when you clean them, it's some of the best meat you'll ever eat.
biggest pain in the neck to clean.
Yeah, they are.
Dull and night, that's for sure.
All right, explain to me about this rig y'all are using. You don't have to get into full details, just sort of hold it up and explain to everybody the concept of it.
All right, so we got a double swivel rig. Swivel right here on top. It's got 30-pound fluoro, 12-ounce bank sinker. It's sliding on your main like that. 60-pound mono to an 80-pound mono with another swivel, coming about probably 8-10 foot a leader. To J-hook, stick a pinfish, a butterfly, beeliner, grunt on there, drop it down to the bottom and hold on.
Simple as that.
All you need, it don't take much here.
That's the Bluegabe tech tip of the week, y'all. All right, I'm gonna show y'all how I rigged that bait to catch that big red snapper. I've got to do some things to this fish that he's probably not gonna like, and I don't want to show y'all, so you see what I'm starting with? In a second, I'm gonna show you what I'm ending with. This is what we call a grunt plug. All I did was cut his head off, his tail off, and split him down the middle. Take a big circle hook. This big circle hook. Hook it right in here. And right out. I'm gonna send it down. It's very important to hold your thumb on this spool. You're not letting it off and you're not holding it tight. You're just letting it go. When it reaches the bottom, the spool will just stop. Boom, it's there. Now, I don't like to reel all my slack out when I'm fishing a big bait for big snapper. I don't want that weight moving. I want that bait to lay on the bottom completely still. I take these two fingers, I hold the rod like this, take these two fingers and pinch it. Now I can feel the bite. Now the only thing left to do is get the bite and catch the fish. All right, so I want to take a second and show y'all what many of us consider the easiest snapper rig in the world. This is what we're catching all the vermillion snapper. What you hear us saying beeliners, they're vermillion snapper. We just got a main line down to, what pound?
80 pound.
80 pound? So we just got straight 80 pound. So this knot is like a sabiki rig knot. Later on in the show, I'll show you exactly how to tie that. Back up. And we have 2 of them. So just 2 simple J hooks to a piece of squid to a weight. Swivel, sabiki knot, hook, hook, weight. That's it. It's literally as simple as that. Now watch me put it down. Same concept, you just let it go as fast as you can let it go, but still holding a little bit of pressure on it. Just like that.
World's easiest rig.
It's so easy, I just caught 4 in a row. How you like that, y'all? 4 in a row. I only had 2 hooks. You tell me how I did that with 2 hooks. 4 fish.
That's a triple B on the bottom though.
Pops, you set me up for that because you made me fight all 4 of them. All right, so this is a vermilion, the same thing you hear us calling beeliners. It's virtually the same exact thing as a yellowtail, or I guess that's its closest relative is a yellowtail. Tastes just as good, or if not better. So we're just taking chunks of squid. I like using the heads. That's my favorite part to eat, so I figured the fish probably like it too. Great thing about this rig, it takes 2 seconds to rig. It's easy and it catches fish. Look, look.
That's how easy it is. 2 at a time.
Typically when you're snapper fishing and catching these type of fish or lane snapper, they're gonna be the first things that hit. And if you miss it, then you're gonna end up with a grunt or a trigger fish or blue runner. So it just hit the bottom. Once you get him up and coming, then you don't have to keep that rod up high, but that first 20 feet is critical. The trick is when you set the hook to reel all in one motion. Don't set the hook and then start reel. Set the hook and like reel as fast as you can. Keep the slack out of the line, get the fish up. Oh great, a grunt.
Nice one too.
Nice one. All right, y'all, that's a wrap. We're allowed 35 of those and we just got it. Liz and I had a competition for the last one and she beat me. So we're gonna head offshore and try to catch some big red snapper, maybe a grouper,
Maybe a big mango.
mangrove snapper, triggerfish. I can't catch any more big reds though because I've already caught mine. Boy, we are marking now. Big marks.
Nice
Good.
one, boys. Nice one. A good one there, boys.
That's what we're
That's what
after.
we're here for.
Look at
Big
her now.
red snapper.
How about that? I can think of a couple good ways to cook him. Now we only need 5 more. We can head to the hills. I want y'all to look in this bait well right, or in that ice box. That's what I'm talking about. So with these red snapper in the state of Florida, you're only allowed 1 each. There's no size limit. You're only allowed 1 each per day. And it's only what, a 6-day season or a 5-day season? Like everything else, our biologists and state officials act like they know everything and they claim these fish are an endangered species, yet you can't get a hook past them. And we're 45 miles offshore?
45 miles.
Yeah, they're really endangered. Now show me the bait.
About a 4 or 5 inch pinfish. I'm hooking them through the nose. I mean, you can hook them through the back, hook them right here behind the head. Down there, frisky around, a little shiny bait. It's hard to resist.
Ah. Now what are you feeling for? Obviously you're feeling for a bite, but are you feeling for a little tap, a
He'll
big
come
thump?
thumping pretty good, but he's going to continuously sit there. Doom, doom, doom.
Good God,
Oh,
what a
big
snapper.
mango. Head chicken.
Look at that. I told y'all the world's easiest snapper rig. One keeper, one not keeper. You can't argue that. Look at these. Look at his teeth. Hold still. Let me see if he'll bite your ear.
Hey, try it.
Red snapper.
Get him, boy. Genuine red snapper. They're not giant, but hey, they'll eat.
He'll eat.
They'll eat. That's all we're
He'll
here
make
for.
more than one fish sandwich.
In the bottom.
So,
Get him.
go to the bottom.
Oh. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, he's on that. Front handle. I like you know what it is. Easy. Just like a mackerel. You got a real light line.
Come on, Liz. Show us what you're made of.
Show us what you're made of.
He's a bigot. 10 of them with him.
It's a full ground red snapper right there for you. That's about as big as they get.
Here's a snapper.
Or something. Kingfish. You guys know what happened today, right? I wore my lucky board shorts.
Hey, didn't you kill like a deer in those things?
I've killed everything and caught everything. Last Saturday when I didn't catch any reds, I wasn't wearing these.
Look at that. We're getting a smorgasbord today.
It's a big old red snapper. Yeah, I'm a rod rated. Look at the size of that one. That's what we're here for.
Oh wow, look at
An Augustine special right there, boys.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap. We're limited out on vermilions. We're limited out on red snapper. We got 2 big kingfish, more than we need. We're headed to the dock. His dad makes smoked fish dip. He's gonna take the kingfish. We're all gonna split the snapper. So St. Augustine is known to be the oldest city in the United States, and there's a fort there. We're gonna go in and show you the fort, clean the fish, cook. We'll see y'all at the hill. Y'all check out this thing. All right, Pops, explain this to everybody.
Castillo de San Marcos. So Spain built it and put their stake down.
How long ago?
Find the new country for new freedom. 1560 something.
So this St. Augustine is known to be the oldest city in the United States, and this fort, I mean, that's it. They built that sucker in 15 something. What'd you say? Or 1656? 1565. So we caught our limit of beeliners, caught our limit of red snapper, got 2 big kingfish for the smoker. What time is it? 4:10, and we took our time. We're gonna head back to the dock, clean these fish up, and get ready to cook. We'll see y'all in a minute. All right, y'all. There's days when we go to catch just enough for dinner, and then there's days when we go meat hunting. That's what we did today. We're gonna knock the sides off a bunch of these fish. We'll show you a few. I don't know if we're gonna cook here, if we're gonna cook back at home. Steph leaves for Canada tomorrow, but we'll be cooking somewhere. Y'all stay tuned. That's a nice keeper snapper, one of my favorite to eat. Look how big this snapper is. I'm gonna do my best to show you how to clean him. I've never cleaned one this big. These pin bones are gonna be hard to get to, I can already tell you. Look at that chunk of meat. That's a meal, that's a meal, and that's a meal. I'm gonna take the throats out and we'll see y'all in the kitchen. The wind is so bad we can't do anything here. So we have a smaller one, a more manageable one. We're gonna take back to the house and cook it at the house. All right, y'all, here we are. I'm only gonna cook the vermilion snapper. Steph's on the way to Canada. I gotta take her to the airport. We're in a super quick hurry, so just a dash of salt. Bit of garlic butter. I can let it focus this time. All right, now that y'all can actually see the name brand of the seasonings, it's Can Cooker. And I love butter garlic. This seasoning actually takes the place of having to use butter and garlic. It has no MSGs, it's all natural. Just a little bit healthier for you. Some black pepper. A little bit of all-purpose flour. Not too much. I tore the bag off, but y'all can see what kind it is. These things are a lifesaver. Look at that salad. Quick and easy and cheap. Got the can cooker going. Just taking some broccoli. Put the lid back on. Ready to go. Flip the fish around in the flour. Now all I have is vegetable oil in the pan, no cooking grease. Let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side and it'll be done. Alright, so the fish has been cooking for about 2 minutes. Perfect. Alright, now while this is cooking, I want to give a huge shout out to Shelby and Colby and his girlfriend Liz and her best friend Paul and their dad Mr. Hollinsworth. Those people were super amazing. Huge shout out to Pledgic board shorts. My lucky board shorts did it again. We wrecked them, crushed them, couldn't have asked for anything better. Oh, you know what? I gotta still show y'all how to tie that knot. So once we get this meal done, I'm going to show you all how to tie that knot. Go ahead and take the fish out and lay it on that drying rack. The reason I put it on that instead of a paper towel, I don't like how the paper towel sort of gives it a mushy effect. It just absorbs too much. So the grease can drip down onto the paper towel. I just like it much better. All right, I'm going to go outside and get some line to show you all that knot. By then the broccoli will be done, everything will be done, we can eat. Alright, so the knot that I showed you, the world's easiest snapper knot, I'm going to show it to you, so keep watching. All you do is take it like this, bring it together. Now it's crucial that you use these 2 fingers to hold it. Then I'll take the 2 and I just start twisting them. Twist, 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 but you see that I'm keeping the hole open. Now I'm going to stick my fingers through the hole, grab this line, put my teeth, just like that. Now you got a knot. This is what we call a sabiki knot just because that's what's on a sabiki rig. Now I don't have a hook big enough to run this huge line through, but you would just take the hook, run this through the eye, go around the hook and back tight, or you can cut one end of it right here, then you'll have a little bit longer of a piece and just tie the hook to that. So one more time. Just like this. And I'm just twisting them together, but I'm keeping my fingers between them so I can grab through here. Just like that. Now, when you're using monofilament, it's a lot easier than this big line, but you get the point. You bring it together, twist them up, and pull it through the middle. Put a weight on one end, tie this line to your hook, your rod, 2 hooks to a weight, send it down. In a snapper, the second it hits the bottom, a snapper will be the first thing to eat it. either you're gonna lose your bait after that, or the grunts and triggerfish and stuff will pick it up. So it's important when you send it down, bink, and it hits the bottom, come tight, reel up and get the feeling. Like if we're in Jupiter at some of our spots, I know the second it hits the ground to just set the hook because they're on it that fast. You will never get an easier snapper rig than that. Let's get the broccoli out. Oh yeah. These can cookers are just like grandma's old pressure cookers, but better because they're not dangerous. I mean, it took like, I don't know, 5 minutes to cook that broccoli. A couple pieces of fish. This was like a 5-minute meal. There was literally nothing to this meal. Super cheap, as long as you don't add in the gas to the boat. Really cheap meal, and that's it. Now, I want to end this show by going back to the boat and showing you a prayer that Mr. Hollingworth did before we went fishing. I didn't even know it was coming, so I wasn't really ready with the camera. But I'm going to end it with that and not come back. So thank you for subscribing. Please keep sharing us with your friends. This has been super expensive to get going, super crazy expensive to buy all the gear and the fuel and the time and being away from my kids while I'm editing at night. Huge thumbs up. Thanks for all the positive comments. We'll be seeing y'all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for your creation, for your goodness on us. Heavenly Father, just help us to go out and enjoy it. Be with our family members back home. Your goodness, Heavenly Father, is overwhelming. Bless the good life and all the crew. We love you and thank you. Amen.
Amen.